Welcome everyone. Yeah, good evening from this part of the world and whatever world that you are living in. Good whatever the time is there. So it can be good morning, good afternoon, and good night or good evening. So this is we are welcome to the fourth day of the orientation, and this is like the party of the orientation to start the main training. So this is like the final day. After today, you start in earnest receiving tasks and also having your classes. So to for us to commence, we are going to go over the rules of this particular training. We're going to go over them and we're going to understand the do's and don'ts of the training and also know how we are to conduct ourselves throughout the period of this training. So I'm going to be sharing my screen once more. I know we've done this on the first day of this orientation. So I'm going to be sharing my screen again for us to have a recap. So if you can see my screen, you can see the workspace rules. So the rules are divided into um, three. Yeah. So we have the workspace rules, we have the channel rules, and we have the tax rules. So if you've missed anyone, you can um, remind yourself of them. And from today, this particular rule, all of them will be enforced. So maybe we are waiting for people to get acclimatized with the environment. But from now on, after this particular orientation exercise, it will not be tolerated any longer if you flout any of the rules. So the first one is the workspace rules. The workspace rules, the first rule there is you are required to have a photo that clearly shows your face as a display picture. Now, many people are still dilly-dallying on this. You have to do this today if you are on the workspace. So you have to have a profile picture that clearly shows your face. Um, Yeah, so it has two strike counts. So it has two asterisks. Now, if you are looking at it, you see asterisk, double asterisk. Some have one asterisk, some have three asterisks. So those asterisks shows the degree of punishment that you receive for flouting any of this rule. And we have the first, if you have only one, any rule that has one asterisk, you'll be placed on probation. The rules that have two asterisks, you'll be disqualified from the program. Uh, and any rule that has three asterisks will be banned from the program, the next program, and all the future programs. So, and you may not like that. So let's just try to be orderly. So the second rule there is you should have a surname that is a username rather. All of us have surnames. A username that is unique to only you. So I think, and also there should be no spaces or emojis included in your username. If you see the what's it called? Sometimes you see Femi will be up to 5, 6, 7. So let's say they do a game and Femi won. Which Femi are we going to award a gift or a present? So you have to be careful with that. Also, when grades are being given, it will be difficult. So add something that will make you unique. Number three, your full name should be your real name, and that is what will be on your certificate. So your full name should not be a guy name like Buka for Ebuka for real. Or Jeff at Niger.com. No. So your full name should be what will be in your full name. Then your username can be anything that you want, but let it be unique for you. So it has all those. The two has one asterisk, and the fourth one is very very important for us. We don't tolerate any form of harassment in the workspace, and when you are met with such, you should duly report any form of harassment to any mentor. It has three count charge, which is you will be permanently banned from any training that is affiliated with Zuri. The fifth one is hate speech towards race, gender orientation, disability, etc. It is highly prohibited. Same three count. So let's just focus on our learning and leave government, leave politics, leave religion, leave gender out of it. The sixth one is usernames with emojis are all mentors, and they will be introduced. I know during the course of this orientation, they have been introduced. More will still be introduced, and also from the Zuri board that will be explained later, you will also see where you can get all your mentors from. So you are not allowed to use emojis except you are instructed to do so. Except you are instructed to do so. So that one will be placed on probation, which is 1 star. Number 7 is you should always follow instruction given by mentors. This one is a no-brainer. Number 8, no form of violence will be tolerated. Do not fight or cyberbully anyone in the workspace. So you should not break bottle. You should not curse. You not look down on anybody. So there's no cyberbullying. It requires this. It will incur disqualification on the part. Number 9, Zuri is the only affiliated. Is not affiliated with any group outside the workspace. This workspace is the only official communication medium for this training. So you should not post links asking people to join groups outside the workspace. You very soon you start seeing people that say that if you are living in Calabar, people should join this WhatsApp group. If you are living in Cotonou, you should join this Telegram. No, it has no affiliation with Zuri. Marketing and promotion will not be tolerated in this workspace. This has 2-star asterisks, which is disqualification. If you want to market, good and fine. You can go to Facebook and buy ads to market your product. So disrespect in any form will not be tolerated. Everybody knows, everybody likes to be respected. 13, when sending a message to a mentor, I think this should not be a rule, but if you is a rule and it's not a rule. So it depends on how your response is gotten. When sending a message to a mentor, be specific about your request or inquiries. Avoid unnecessary conversations or don't just send pleasantries. You will likely not be responded to. I think I've received this even with no time. Some people saying good morning, good afternoon, hi, hello. That's not You should not message mentors with that because you may likely not get a reply. Channel rules. So we've done with the workspace rules. There are rules for channel. So announcement is the most important channel for this training. Anything you need, just go to announcements. If you slept for 10 days and you suddenly woke up and you are confused, the first thing you do is to go to channel announcement and read every single thing there. I think I've covered 2. And the third one is do not post on channels. All random posts should be made on the random channel. All introduction should be made on the introduction channel. I think by now we should be getting over with introduction. All questions should be asked on the mentor help channel, and all resources should be shared on the resource channel. So each channel has its own purpose. So other channels are just restricted for mentors so that it's easier for you to get information across. The fourth one, always read instructions and pinned messages for every channel. So we're up to 16,000 right now. So there will be a lot of information, a lot of people typing and messages here and there. So for you to not miss any important information, they'll be pinned. So always read those instructions and pin messages. You are not allowed to pin messages post on any channel. or unpin. So if you think that any post deserves to be pinned, you alert a mentor. Ask questions when necessary and use threads. There are some channels that if you post on them, you'll be removed from that channel immediately. So if you want everything to be orderly and arranged, so once you want to reply to any message, reply in threads. So you see threads in your Slack workspace. I think we've talked about this derogatory remarks will not be tolerated on any of the channels, including random. So you should not use vulgar words on others, and also you should not use derogatory remarks. Even the random that is as random as that, it still has rules. So political and anti-government discussions are not permitted. This one is 3 star. So you'll be banned from any program if you do that. And you are not allowed to change channel descriptions. Do not spam channels with irrelevant content. Do not start posting things that are not needed. And the 11 is invitation to channels will be done strictly by mentors, except stated otherwise. So you should not be inviting your friends, your neighbors, your colleagues, siblings, and your children to channels. No, you have to. If you want someone to be invited, you can reach out to a mentor. Not invited to the workspace now. We're talking about those that are already on the workspace. You cannot invite them to channels, especially private channels. Um, do not. This one is very, very important. Do not post sexual, stroke, offensive, or closely related content or contents banned in your country in the workspace. So you have to be very careful on this. It can also you can be disqualified by doing this. Then there are tax rules. So the tax rules are always submit your tax before the dedicated time is up. This one you should have known it. You should always submit your tax on time. Now the second one, plagiarism. Plagiarism will not be tolerated. So you should um, do well to do your own tax. Don't go and copy somebody's work because we will know if you copy someone's tax. The third one is you are not allowed to complete a task for anybody. Yes, we know you know it and you finish your own. You should not, you are not allowed to help others to finish their own tasks. You can only provide guides and you can only provide guides or support. Number 4, do not copy or submit anybody's work. Cheating is highly prohibited, just like we mentioned. You cannot copy somebody's code, copy somebody's design. Go to some of the, I think the last program, someone went to what's it called? Went to a website, screenshotted the website, added it in a frame, and presented it as his work. And we knew and we found out, and I don't know, you would not like to experience that, and it's also embarrassing because you are here to learn. So just do that. The fifth one is always follow instructions. I think this has been mentioned over and over again. So yeah, failure to adhere to these rules will result in probation and disqualification or a permanent ban from the trainings and subsequent ones. And probation means that you'll be removed from all channels and be sent to probation channel. You will not like this particular probation because from probation it's easier for you to go to the other side, which is not the workspace. So if you are sent to probation 3 times, you will be disqualified from the training and removed from the workspace. So yeah, just like when you are given warning for several times, the next one will be the capital punishment. And if you get a permanent ban, you'll be blacklisted and not allowed to join any program or um, internship affiliated with Zuri. So these are the rules. They are very simple to keep and very easy to keep. And I think many people are complaining that the font was small. So I hope you can see that I read them out. So there's no it can't be I didn't hear, I didn't know. So everybody must have heard of the rules, and I know all of us will abide with them. So this is the rules of the workspace and how we are going to work. So we have other things in stock. There are money to be won. Yes, there's money to be won. And also, we are going to show you the elements that was talked about by Xylus on the workspace. And Jeff is going to handle that. Then after that, we are going to have a question and answer from questions from interns and answers from two of our mentors, which is Elijah Okon and David Ophios. Yeah, so then finally we're going to have games and there's cash to be won. So if you love to win cash, you should stick around. The final part of the program, and this program will have games, and we are going to, a lot of people will win a lot of cash, at least for them to do a happy weekend. So without wasting much time, I'm going to hand over the baton to Jeffrey Oga to take us through the learning management system for Zuri and Ingressive for Good. And we are going to see how we can navigate through them. So Jeffrey, over to you. Hello, Jeffrey. Are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. We can hear you.
Hi everyone. So my name is Jeffrey Oga, and I'll briefly be showing you how to register on Zuri, but that's our learning management system for this training. And without wasting much time, I'll just get right into it. I'm going to share my screen so you can follow through and see exactly what you need to do. Just give me a sec. Yeah, I believe you can see my screen.
Yeah, we can.
Okay. So first off, the URL for the Zuri board for Zuri board is I4G, that's Ingressive for Good, .zuriboard.com. When you load the page, it opens like this. And then for new users or well, new signups, basically you just click register. And the first thing to note here is that first of all, the email address you're going to use to register on Zuribot has to be the email address that's associated with your Slack account. So first of all, you need to be on the Slack workspace, which is this, and it needs to be the email that is associated with your Slack account. So you'd fill in your details. I'm just going to quickly do that. And then for your track, I believe over the past week you had orientation about these tracks. So when you're signing up, you pick whichever track you're going to be training in. Your experience level, again, you pick that depending on how experienced you are in that track. Same for employment status, current education level, then email address. Like I mentioned, it has to be the email that is on your Slack account. Password. And then how did you hear about it? This is also pretty important, just so we know how exactly you heard about the training. Just pick whatever applies. So I'll just pick Twitter in this case. And then if everything was filled in correctly, you get to this next page. And this is basically just collecting information about you. As you can see, there are 5 steps, each with its own subheading relating to the information that we need from you. So you can go ahead to fill up all of this. I'm just going to put a random number here. Nationality, country, of course, you put your actual address here. I'm just giving examples. Physical disabilities, leave blank if it doesn't apply to you. So if everything moved, if everything was correct, you'd see this message and you can move to the next section. So for this section, it's really important that you have these first 3. That's GitHub, LinkedIn, and Twitter. If you don't have any of these, you have to create these accounts. It doesn't matter what track you're participating in the program. Each track needs to have at least these 3. So be sure to create them ahead of time, or while you're signing up. I think this should be mine. If you have the rest, feel free to put them as well. But if you have only these 3, or at least you need to have these first 3, then you can hit save and move to the next section. For education history, feel free to put as many as you like, starting from basically your primary up to high school, undergraduates, whatever. But you should at least put one educational history here. So I'm just going to put my high school. Okay. And then you can keep adding the rest that way. I'm going to move ahead because of time, but you get the idea. Click save. Then move on to the next history. For employment history as well, we also want to have, your employment history. If you haven't been employed prior to this time, feel free to use this training as your first, employment history. So you can use Zuri. This is 2021, also ends 2021. At the very least, you should have this. But feel free to add, your actual, if you've worked in any company, internships, or otherwise, feel free to add them. And then save and tech history. Yeah, questions are pretty much self-explanatory. How long have you been in tech? Feel free to choose the answers that apply. What type of OS you have access to? Why are they taking? They, in this case, is you. So feel free to put whatever you want to. And I can see. Yeah, and if you've filled in all of this, if you've gone through all the steps and you've filled in all the information, then this button to proceed to dashboard comes up. So again, just to reiterate, all these things we're asking for are pretty important, most especially your social links. You need to have your GitHub, your LinkedIn, and your Twitter at least. education history, you need to have at least one. It doesn't matter the level, but at least one educational history. But feel free to put from your primary upwards to in undergraduate, master's, PhD as applies. Employment history, you also need to have at least one. If you don't have any employment history, feel free to use this training as your first one. And then for tech history as well, all these questions are pretty important, so just fill them accordingly. Then we can proceed to dashboard. This is basically what the dashboard looks like. At the top, okay, so I'll just start from the top. Here is your first last name, which you would have filled in while registering. And this is your student ID. This is pretty important because when the training ends and we get to the certification phase, this is actually what we're going to use to give you your certificate. So this is pretty important. And then you have other information about stages, points, your current track, the track you picked. You also have recent posts, basically different information that will be posted as time goes on to let you know different things about the program. You can always click on any of them to read through, just in case you missed something on Slack. If it was really important, it will definitely be up here in recent posts. You can also click to show all posts, and then any important information basically would always be here. So you should check this regularly, check posts regularly to be sure that you're not missing out on anything important. And for tasks, when the training starts properly, depending on your track, you would have different tasks assigned to you by your mentors or tutors, and all of those would apply here. You can click to show all tasks, and basically all your tasks would show in this area. And so courses enrolled in. And I think, let's see if there's anything else I'm missing. Okay, so yeah, you can select your courses. At the moment, we have HTML, CSS, JavaScript. This is because I'm in the front-end track. You can enroll in this course, and then that would be updated here because I'm in front-end track and I'm taking this course. There's also actually a task already. So when you've picked your course, you would see the tags that apply to that particular course. And so yeah, this is an example of one, and it shows, your status, the amount of points you're supposed to get for this task, your submission status, and you can click to view. So that would show you, basically the task description will be here. All the instructions you need for that particular task will be outlined here. And then you can choose your preferred programming language. This was HTML, CSS, so I'll probably use JavaScript for this. This is not really important right now. I'm just showing you where you would see your tasks by the time you start training properly. And then when you're done with whatever code or whatever thing you were supposed to do, you can click save and click submit. So yeah, and since I submitted that, I get a success message, and back on my dashboard, I would see that I have submitted this task. Yeah, so for teams, currently we don't have teams, but if teams would be created and if you're added to any teams, that would also show up here. I talked on posts already. This is just a quick sidebar link for the page I showed you earlier, but basically all the important information would always be here, so you can always check them out. Same for tasks. This is just a quick sidebar link. And I talked on teams. Then your user profile can update your information here, can update your password and update your number, etc. So that's pretty much it for Zuri board. It's straightforward, but it's something you get familiar with as you go on with time. You'd be using it a lot because this would basically be one of the primary tools for this internship. So yeah, that's it for me.
So Jeff, the tax has been graded. Show them what it looks like after
Oh,
it's done.
okay. Okay, so first off, you can see status says graded, and I have a 3/5. I believe, yeah, the status was over 5. So you can click view, it's been graded, you have a feedback, and yeah. So all your tasks will be here, and you can just use this to quickly check to see if you have any outstanding tasks, if you've submitted all of them, and if you've been graded or not been graded. So you don't actually need to message or ask anybody if you've been graded or if you've not submitted or anything. You can get all that information by yourself from your dashboard. And, yeah, I guess that's it.
Yeah. Um, thank you very much, Jeff, for that wonderful talk through for the on the Zuri board. And any other thing that you must not understand everything at once. This is just a walkthrough to show you what the capabilities are. Then when the board is being when you start registering, you get used to it very, very fast. It's an easy to learn interface. Yeah, so that's for that particular section. We are going to the next section, which is the question and answer. And we are going to be taking questions from YouTube, and you drop your questions there and we'll answer that. Elijah and David Ophius will take that particular section. Is Ophius on the call?
Hello?
Yeah. So Elijah, welcome.
Yes, okay.
Yeah. So we'll be taking questions from YouTube, and we are waiting for the questions. I think someone just asked on a mobile. Sorry, let me start with this. Someone just asked, if one scores 3/5 in a grade, can he or she redo the assignment to get a 5/5?
Well, let's see. Maybe Jeff, can you answer that since you illustrated the dashboard for us? So you should have an answer to that.
Yeah, Jeff Sheyi can answer that.
Shay, we take that or should I? I guess I should. So ideally, you can, well, yes, tasks can be regraded, yes. But I guess it would ultimately depend on, say, the mentor or tutor in this case. I mean, if I was to give an example, like if you were in school and you got a test, for example, and you did the test, you submitted. By the time you submit, it's almost that basically it's no longer your work. The lecturer in this case would grade it and then give it back to you, probably do corrections. And if you're trying to, like, based on what you scored, trying to redo the task for a higher grade, it's almost like trying to beat the system. So I think you should be more interested or more concerned with actually learning, understanding what you could have done better to, get a higher grade than wanting just, the 5/5 grade.
Okay, thank you very much for that. So the truth of the matter is we are about more than 16,000 going to 17,000. If we are not up to 17,000 right now, no one will come to regrade your tax after giving you a particular score. So you have to, it's a one hit something, you have to get it right. You can get the scores don't really matter. What matters is that you learn what you are here for. So put in your best and do your tasks. I think there's another question here that talks about is this an application we are going to download or what?
I think basically this is a web application, so it doesn't require downloads. So it's something that you can just visit the URL, log in with your unique Slack ID, then interact with your courses. So no downloads.
Okay, thank you very much. So while registering the nationality side does not display any nationality, same with country too. How do I go about it?
So it's probably their network because like I showed while I was registering, when you click nationality or country, you would see the various countries available. So they should just refresh and probably turn off or reconnect with their Wi-Fi or mobile network and try again.
Thank you very much. So what he's saying is stop using slow network and you get your nationality fixed. Um, does the employment history have to be tech related? The employment history does it have to be tech related?
I mean, for example, if well, it doesn't have to be just as long as you have any employment history. Um, if you've worked as anything, feel free to put it in.
Okay. So whatever you have done in the past, any work, just add it as your history. It will help to track your progress and also for you to see your progress too. Um, Let me get another question. Um, are students in the design track expected to have a GitHub account too? Students in the design track
Yes, as long as you're in the training, design, front end, anything else, you need a GitHub account, you need a LinkedIn account, and you need a Twitter account.
so you've heard it. You need all those accounts. Elijah, feel free to jump in on any question, please. Apart from the using the LMS, apart from using the LMS, we will be having visual classes also.
Yes, sure, definitely. We are going to have live coding sections for those that maybe are not available. But the LMS is just basically for submission and review of your tasks. So the tutorials and the lectures will be mostly live or recorded materials for, yeah, that's it.
Thank you very much. So, what if someone is not comfortable with sharing their employment history? Maybe where the person has worked, the person doesn't like it. The person is not proud of it. What happens?
Um,
Can I answer that?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, so it's left for you to decide what you want to do. But what, like Jeff indicated in the presentation when he was doing it, you cannot put Zuri as your first employment history. It's not if you don't want to put in your employment history, that's fine. But you just make sure that that place is filled. But you can use Zuri as your employment history instead of putting something that is not relevant there. Thank you.
Yeah, so just just use what you have and you are proud of as your employment history. So in mobile, do we need to enroll in both courses, Flutter or Java, or should we choose one? So this is now course now, not track. Who is in mobile? Who can take this? Or
sorry,
anyone can
just to
take it.
add, sorry, before we move on, just to add to the previous question. I guess the person might be asking because they feel maybe for privacy issues, they might feel we're not sharing your data. Your everything you're doing on the board, all the things we're asking for are private, but it's also going to help us. So as much as possible, actually, please do fill your employment history, tech related or non-tech related. Just fill it in, and rest assured that your whatever you put on there is going to be private.
Yes, so don't be afraid. your information is secured. So yeah, after after the grading, will there be feedback or correction from our mentors?
Yes, definitely. Definitely there will be feedbacks.
Okay, so thank you very much for that. So someone, I think one of the answers is that even if you are doing a sales boy or a sales girl or anything, you can put it there. Just be proud of what you did. So it's going to show you your progression when in few months time. So yeah, another question. Another question there. Let me get for myself on. I think they know all the whole questions, all the whole answers to their issues. So I think someone is asking what is LMS. The person probably got here late. So what is LMS? What is LMS? And let someone not tell me last man standing. Ah, okay. LMS is learning management system and is okay. I want to add to that, Elijah.
No, it's fine.
Okay. So LMS is learning management system, and yeah, that's just it. That's simple. You have different management systems, so you can just go and browse about it and know about all the management system that they have. So how will the code be submitted in the presentation? It looked like a screenshot of the assignment, or would you be uploading the file? Wow, this person is already a pro. How would the code be submitted?
I guess I'll take that. It wasn't actually a screenshot. That was an inbuilt code editor. If you may have noticed, you'd see where I picked, I clicked a drop down and it showed me options of, supported languages and what I want to use. So there's actually a built-in editor, but depending on what the task is, you might be required to submit files as well. There's an option for that. But regardless, whatever um, method of submission is required would be communicated in this task as well. But there is a built-in editor, so it wasn't a screenshot.
Okay, thank you very much. So um, now there's an open door for questions. So get your question flooding on Slack. Go to the general channel, the mentor help channel. Shall you please confirm that for me? The mentor help channel, and post your questions. Your questions will be answered per second billing. So so your questions will be answered immediately, and we have 5 minutes for that. Post your questions. Let's say YouTube is hard for you to post questions. Get on the mental help channel and post your questions. Um, what I'm saying there is I need a mentor. So yeah, I don't think there's any question there yet. So we are going to okay. So if there's any question there, the replies will be given there. So any question you have, drop it there under the thread. A reply will be given to you. So we are going to move to the final part of the program for today, and which is the fun part. Who doesn't love winning money? Come on. So we're going
I
to
don't.
we're going to invite Tommy C. Tommy C to help us with that. She has bags of questions and bags of money to give out to us. Tommy C, are you there?
Yeah, Kingsley, I'm here.
Yeah, so we are ready for you. Give us some money, give us some question and some money so that our weekend will be all right.
Hi guys. So it's game time, and 50K, 50,000 is up for grabs. So I'll try as much as possible to also be dropping the questions on YouTube. My YouTube is as well.
So before you continue, I know you are going to read out the rules of the game too. So your answers will be dropped on YouTube. So if you can't type on YouTube, oh my God, sorry for you. You just missed out on the cash. So sorry, continue.
Yeah.
You can go on, please.
Hi. I'm having issues dropping the questions on YouTube. But okay, let's start. Hopefully as we proceed, I'll be able to figure it out. So these questions are not difficult questions. They are not tech-related questions. They are just questions that we are asking just to know how observant or attentive you've been since you joined the program. So moving on, like I said, 2,000 up for grabs, and we have 25 questions here for 25 people. So I'll be asking the first question now. Okay, yeah. What is the name of Zuri's YouTube channel? What is the name of Zuri's YouTube channel?
Okay, time is ticking. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock.
What is the name of Zuri's YouTube channel? Veronica, please, I hope you're helping me note the winners.
Easy. Everybody's typing.
The fastest and correct answer.
Yeah, the first answer, right?
Veronica, who's our winner? You're answering on YouTube now. Since you're watching from
Okay, Tommy,
YouTube.
check for the winner. Veronica have supplied the winner.
Lancer, okay. Veronica says the winner is Lancer because so who's our winner? Jeremy.
Yeah.
Okay, Jeremy Ukundai. Congratulations, Jeremy Ukundai. YouTube, Zuri's YouTube channel name is the Zuri Team. The Zuri Team. Congratulations again, Jeremy. Moving on to the next question.
Sorry, let me see. If you are answering any question, attach your Slack username so that we can get to you.
Yes, please.
Yeah, so attach your Slack username to your answer. If not, you'll be disqualified. Hope
so
that
Jeremy, let's have your Slack username, please.
Yes, and also
So
you
we know
cannot
how
win
to reach
twice.
you.
So Jeremy is off the chart, so he can't win again. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, Jeremy, you can't participate anymore because we want as many people as possible to win. Yes, I'm shuffling. All right. So next question. We even went over the workspace rules again today, so I expect somebody to be able to answer this question as fast as possible. Name one workspace rule in the Zuri training. One workspace rule in the Zuri training. Anyone you can remember, anyone that comes to mind first. Who's our winner? Who's our winner for this question? Name one workspace rule. Veronica, who's our winner? Nobody knows. But we're going to buy this thing again today. What's going on? Okay, I think we already have a winner. What was Samuel Anemi's answer?
So Samuel Anime is the winner.
Please stop spamming. In fact, there's no point spamming because it's your first answer that we are picking and we will disregard the rest. So just drop one answer and move. Okay. Samuel Anime at Samuel Anime on Slack is our winner for this question. Congratulations, Samuel. Okay. I'm an intern. Next question. I'm an intern in the Zuri training and I'm taking the C# course in the backend track. What is wrong with this statement? I am an intern in the Zuri training and I'm taking the C# course in the backend track. What is wrong with this statement? Do we have any winner yet?
Can you read it again? Read the question again.
I'm already seeing answers, but who's our first winner? Who dropped the first correct answer? Okay. I think we have a winner already. No, he can play. Lancer can play since he has not won any question yet. Cool. Lancer. At I can't pronounce this Slack name. Lancer is our winner for this question. Congratulations, Lancer. The answer is there's no C# in this training. All right. Moving on to the next question. How many stages do we have in the Zuri training phase? How many stages do we have? How many stages? How many stages do we have in the Zuri? Jales has mentioned this on the announcement channel, so there's no excuse. You should know. And like I said, we want to know how attentive you have been so far. We've mentioned this before. Yes, I think we already have a winner. The answer is 5 stages. And we will go Chuku Agu is our winner, Menes on Slack. Congratulations. The answer is 5. Veronica, please let me note in fact, the Slack username is more important than the name. Yeah, so please let me note that their Slack usernames. Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
if you are using a poor network, very sorry for you. You will send like 2 hours after others have finished sending.
All right, cool. Thanks, Veronica. Um, next question. What is the preferred design tool? Yeah.
Veronica needs a minute.
Okay. How did you say?
Yeah, I can go ahead. Sorry.
What is the preferred design tool for the Zuri training? Which design tool will we be using in the Zuri training? We should have an area already, because that is very easy, especially if you are planning to join the design track. All right, cool. We already have a winner. The answer is Figma. David Ego. Sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. The Jones on Slack. Congratulations, David. Moving on. Next question.
Some people are answering our first question now.
So what is the current total number of participants in the Zuri Slack workspace right now as we are talking? What is the total number of participants we have, all of us all together, mentors, interns? What is the total number that we have right now? I don't want estimate though, exact number. Exact number. No winner yet. How many people are currently in Slack? No, I don't want. I want exact number.
Nobody has gotten the exact number.
Nobody. I want exact number. No, that's one. No.
The person that got it did not put his art. Okay, I think one person has gotten it.
When you're dropping your answers, put your Slack username. I don't think we have a winner for this question. Should we move on?
We have winners.
Where is it? Or who is it? All right.
Yeah. So look at the answer.
Okay. So at the time I asked the question, right, we had 17,072 people. So who was the first person that dropped 17,072? Adedokun Kende.
Yes. Yes, he's the
All
one.
right. Okay. Adedokun Kende, congratulations. Got that right. His Slack username is Albichi. All right. Moving on. All software developers are front-end developers. Or false? All software developers are front-end developers. True or false? That is very easy. Sorry if we are around for orientation day 2. Somebody asked this question and I remember the mentors took time to explain and answer. So who's our winner? All right. Cool. Benita Mayaki at Zuzu 18 and Slack. Congratulations, Benita. The answer is false. Not all software developers are front-end developers. All right, moving on. Name one partner of the Zuri training. Name one partner of the Zuri training. Dallas has asked you to go and follow them on Twitter, follow them on Facebook, follow them everywhere. So if you are following the announcement channel closely, this should be a very simple question for you. One partner of the Zuri training. Do you have any winner yet? All right, cool. Chris Madufo. Congratulations, Chris. The answer is Ngwesi for good. All right. So how many tracks do we have in this training? How many tracks do we have? We also around or you saw the YouTube videos after or day 2. I think day 2 and day 3. You should be able to answer this question too easily. How many tracks do we have in this training? How many tracks do we have? How many tracks do we have? The copycats. Okay. The answer is 4, and the copycats got it correctly. Casilio. Is that his username on Slack?
Yeah.
Okay. Congratulations, the copycats. So next question, which of the tracks can you use your phone to, or can be done with the phone? Can be done with your phone. Which of the tracks can be done with your phone? Like if you don't have a computer, which ones can you conveniently use your phone to do or to learn with? Cool. The answer is none. The answer is none. Please, you need a computer to be able to follow through with this training. Congratulations, Daria Folabi at Dikpo Dre on Slack. The answer is none. All right, moving on. How long is the training phase? How long is the training phase? How long is the training phase of this program?
Yeah, stop answering the first question. We are on to almost.
We've moved on. No, the answer is none. We already have a winner. We've moved on. How long is the training phase?
Let me see.
Good.
We
We
have a
already
winner.
have a winner.
Yeah.
Samuel, are you at there?
Has he won before?
Congratulations, Samuel. The answer is 2 months. 2 months. Then next question, very similar to the previous one. How long is the project phase? How long is the project phase? If you don't know by now, we have 2 phases in this training. Project phase and training phase, which is what we are currently starting tomorrow with your first task. And then you have your project phase after this one. So how long is the project phase as well? We are doing that too. When you're answering this question, please write it in full. Like the project phase is dash, dash, dash. So we know that you are not answering. Oh, okay. All right. Let's keep the question. Okay, I'll put that question on hold. What is the name of the channel? We have moved on from that question, please. What is the name of the channel where you can ask questions? What is the name of the channel on the Slack workspace where you can ask questions? Which channel can you use to ask questions on the Slack? My YouTube is very slow. You have a winner yet?
Yeah, we do.
Okay. Congratulations. The answer is mental help. Those of you that used to ask questions on random or an introduction, you're not doing the right thing. The place where you can ask questions for mentors to easily see and respond to is mentor help, the mentor help channel. If you're not in that channel, you should join. Okay, we are moving on from that question. Okay, I should hold on. What is going on? Who's the winner, please?
Don't worry, continue. You've mentioned the winner. The winner is Usen from Uko.
Interesting. Well, can you I'm not sure I understand what's going on. Who's the winner, please, for the mental help answer?
So who is the first to answer? Can we confirm that?
Yeah, the fastest and correct answer.
We have 10 minutes more for this particular.
Okay. While we are sorting that one out, I think we can continue. What is the repercussion for plagiarism? Or plagiarism? Plagiarism. What is the repercussion for plagiarism? It's in the rules and regulations document, which we still went through this morning. What is the repercussion for plagiarism? What is the repercussion for plagiarism? Don't we have a winner for that yet? Or does somebody not know the meaning of repercussion? Repercussion is what will happen.
Yeah, I think we have
We
answers.
already have a winner. So, sir, congratulations. The answer is disqualification. If you copy somebody's work, you lift somebody's work and put as your own, you'll be disqualified from this program. So the answer is disqualification. How many kinds of mentors do we have? Also, name them. How many kinds of mentors do we have? Also, name them. Sarina, please. We need to move fast. Okay, Adiola Oyesiji. Congratulations. The answer is 2. The career mentors and the tech mentors. All right. How many courses do we have in the backend track? We have moved on. How many courses do we have in the backend track? How many courses do we have in the backend track? Should have a winner by now. Okay. The answer is 3. Oju Ese Baudi Cheek on Slack. Congratulations, you got that answer correctly. Also, how many courses do we have in the front-end track? How many courses do we have in the front-end track? How many courses do we have in front-end track? We should have a winner by now. Who's our winner? Okay, congratulations, Abidemi Asliat Agbaje. The answer is 1. HTML, CSS, JavaScript. 1 is 1 course. So on the first day of our orientation, we had somebody from University for Good come talk to us. What is the name of that person? Somebody from University for Good addressed us on the first day of the orientation. What is his name? Apostle on Slack. Congratulations, you got that correct. Paul Ezemire, you got that correctly. Moving on. Moving on. So, what is the repercussion for inviting somebody to a channel when a mentor did not ask you to do so, or you did not get permission from Xylus himself? What is the repercussion when you invite somebody to a channel without a mentor's say so, or Xylus say so? What is the repercussion? Congratulations, Latif, Oga Latif on Slack. The answer is probation. You'll be probated if you invite somebody to a channel without a mentor say so. So moving on. Mention 3 tech mentors on the Slack workspace. Anyone that you're already friends with, or you already know, or you're already familiar with. Mention 3 of them. Any 3 that you know. That in tech, that are under tech mentorship. That are under tech mentorship. Mention any 3 that you know. The ones with the butterfly icon. Awoyemi Emmanuel. Good. You're beginning to know your mentors. Begin to become familiar with them. That was good. So it was the first person to answer that correctly. Also, mention 1 career mentor that you know. The ones with the angel icon on Slack. Mention anyone that you know. Just 1. Just 1 that you know. Okay. Do you have a winner for this question? Okay. Vincent, congratulations, you got that correctly. So, time is fast spent actually. So we need to okay. Our winner is Enoch Williams, so not Vincent. Veronica, please note that we've done 20 questions already. And we need to, time is fast spent. We need to close right now. Congratulations to all the winners. Thank you for participating, everyone.
Yeah, so we have more money in the bank, but we can't give it out right now because our time is fast spent. Thank you very much, Tomisi, for giving us plenty money today, and we'll do this. We hope to do this some other time. But this is the end of the orientation program, and we are going to start in earnest from tomorrow. So get ready, dust your laptops, clean your eyeglass if you have one. Any other thing you need to do to get ready for the program. I saw some people complaining about being in camp, and go out of camp if you can. Leave whatever you have to do and get ready for the program. and we are going to, fuel your generators, disturb your neighbors if you don't have a generator to give you lights, and what have you. The program is going to start in earnest. Your first tax is dropping tomorrow, and that's how it's going to start for the next 2 months. So the winners will be contacted on Slack. We have your username, and you'll be given 2,000 naira airtime. I'm sorry, not airtime or data. 2,000 naira will be sent to your account. So you provide those information to the mentor that will contact you, and we'll take it from there. So thank you very much for attending the 4th day of the orientation, and this is where we are going to end the broadcast. And